Yeah, so moving to the final segment, which is the rapid fire.
Wow.
So self-explanatory. I'll ask you quick questions, and then you have to give us rapid answers. So the first one is, how many days of leave have you taken in the last year?
The last year. So the last 12 months?
Yeah.
I've gone on a vacation, but I was on phone every day. So I think technically, if you ask me, it's zero in actual real leave sense.
Yeah.
But on paper, you'd say I would have taken 10 days leave, but it's zero. So yeah, zero. Since it's rapid, you have to be rapid zero.
What was one time you felt like you let SportVot down?
I think not let SportVot down, but I think one of the so the pandemic was for us a very challenging time, as it was for everybody. But for someone in the sports industry, it was one of the biggest challenges. So I think at that time we tried to do too many things just to keep the momentum within the team going as well, and just to survive. But I think at least in the initial few months, we were just trying to survive and figure out what we would do. But later we figured out, hey, we could improve our product in this time. This is the best breather that we would get. So I think that is something it could have struck me earlier. I like probably 8-9 months of the pandemic, complete shutdown, the first phase, which we had a complete lockdown, 8 odd months. I think 4 months were only spent in thinking forward. I think we could have, in hindsight, I think.
Yeah.
I feel we could have. I personally could have done better because I was the one that was trying to just say, "Kuch karna padega." So I think a bit more patience could have been. I've been impatient at some times. I think that is when I have let down. So I think I could give a generic answer, not a particular moment, but in general, sometimes impatience let someone down in sport.
Your emotion when you first fired someone?
The first person that I had to let go was, I wouldn't say it was underperforming, and he himself knew that he had to go. So I'm leaving the first aside, but the second one was, I was frustrated, to be honest, because the person had too much potential and was not using his or her potential. So frustration was the biggest. Disappointing and frustrating because that person could have done well. It was more like letting go. Just a mirror is what I showed him. But because I was frustrated, I still feel frustrated. He could have been a good person, good employee for us.
What is the scrappiest thing that you've done to build your business?
Every day we do that.
VRS, VRS for Kabaddi, Pro Kabaddi.
No. So I think the scrappiest thing for SportVot that we would have done would be, I think it's kind of not related to a particular sport as such, but in general, Yash, my co-founder, and myself, we've gone on, I think even Shubhangi, with 3 founders. So Shubhangi must have also done this a few times, but we ourselves have streamed local matches. Like the first few streams Yash and I have done. Yash much more than me, but we two have gone, held cameras in our hands without tripod, and just to see. So that's, I think, the most hustle scrappiest thing that we could have done is going around side out. And like kabaddi games they're so packed sometimes. You just go from the ground and good. So apps are working. Then later we went to the organizers, federation, started working with them.
Fair.
Yeah.
What did or will you do with your first profit?
We technically had one, but we did nothing. So do nothing, just save it. So yeah. But really, at scale, a profit at scale, I think investors would not let you do much, and you yourself would have to save. But let's live in a hypothetical world. I think we would invest in sports facilities.
Huh.
Yeah, we would want to build
That's great.
interesting facilities, good hopefully high performance centers, but I think even good grounds, good facilities
Nice.
to play.
Nice.
Yeah.
Your favorite sport? One.
Of course, football. But other than football, if you see Kabaddi today on TV, it's very exciting. But off late, I've started to like Formula One again.
Nice.
Yeah, after watching Drive to Survive. I stopped watching probably when Montoya left F1. I used to love that time Schumacher, Montoya, Kimi Räikkönen, these 3-4 people rivaling each other. But after that, I kind of stopped. 2006, 7, 8 is when I stopped. Then once I started watching again when the Indian GP was there in Noida, Greater Noida. Yeah, but after that, never like. But this Drive to Survive is a fantastic piece of media shoulder content taken to a next level. So last 2 seasons is when I've caught it up, and it's become fun again. So yeah, if not football, Kabaddi is not long a season, which is a good opportunity for guys like SportVot. It is not a long season. So it's not there forever. So if I leave football aside, it's Formula One today.
Nice.
Anuj is an avid fan. Me, on the other hand, I can hate for not liking it.
You like? Yeah.
I like Formula One. I just feel like this year's been a one-man show.
Yeah, it's boring to watch, but 2 to 20
Two onwards. Even we watch, me and my friend, we kind of like,
दूसरा कौन आएगा?
दूसरा कौन आएगा? We look at second, third, fourth.
Yeah. Sorry, we've not kept the rapid fire. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Books or podcasts?
Podcast.
iPad or notebook?
A notebook.
Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Morning.
And your favorite social media platform?
LinkedIn, because the only place that I'm active. Instagram only to watch whatever reels that we are posting. So biased opinion, but if I really have to objectively look at a platform, today a social media platform, I think Instagram is one of the best platforms out there because it's more inclusive than anything. Like anyone can be on Instagram if they really want to be. LinkedIn is like, sometimes people get overwhelmed. Either kya likhna padta hai, well, Twitter is not for someone like me or who is going to write 240, 280, whatever character limit that they have. Like there are 10 tweets that I must have put. So X is not for everyone, but I feel Instagram is kind of the most inclusive. Even your parents, our parents can be like sort of at least post a picture. So I think fantastic. One of the best platforms that I've seen is Instagram. Not a user of it. Not much. Only a lurker. ये like कितना है, ये view कितना है हमारे इसको.
Instagram as a spectator sport.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but that concludes our rapid fire.